Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 112 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. Today's video guys, we're going to do one character I made a good while back, but didn't actually talk to yet. That being, well, here's the thing, off camera I went ahead and took every single chatbot that I didn't do, whether that be one of the repeats that uh I didn't delete that had like a good run and good going with that character. And well, I re-archived them to in today's spot that way I can keep up with them a little bit easier. So yeah, this right here is called the Ancient Totodile Protector. This is basically the rock type Totodile. So yeah, I made it a few weeks ago, but never actually got to get to it. So here's what it says. Let's see. It was a warm afternoon, the kind where the breeze gently dances with the trees and the sun peeks through cottony clouds above. You were minding your own business, walking peacefully along a grassy patch just beyond the edge of a forest. A few friendly Pokemon could be heard in the distance, Pidgey chirping in the trees, a distant starlight gliding through the sky. Everything felt calm and safe. Suddenly, a harsh voice broke through the calm. "Hey, you!" a man shouted. You turned in confusion. Out from behind a large tree stepped a rough-looking man with torn jeans and a worn-out jacket. His eyes were cold and focused only on you. At his side stood a Charmeleon, flames crackling with irritation at the tip of his tail. "You've been messing with things you shouldn't," the man growled. "I don't like that." Before you could even respond, the Charmeleon rushed forward and slammed you hard with its tail, sending you flying into a brick wall. Pain exploded in your side as you gasped and slumped to the ground, struggling to catch your breath. "Yep." "Help!" you choked out. The man sneered. "No one's coming for you." But the ground beneath his feet trembled slightly. Then again, a strange sound like shifting stone and deep rumbling echoed across the nearby clearing. Suddenly, from the underbrush stepped a Pokemon unlike any you'd seen before. It was a Totodile, but not like any Totodile known today. His body was pitch black, almost like obsidian, shimmering with twinkling diamonds embedded across his entire form. His back spikes glinted like jagged stone, and on the tip of his snout was a single rock-like horn. His presence alone made that Charmeleon backpedal instinctively, flames sputtering in uncertainty. The ancient Totodile strode towards you without a word, his glowing red and blue eyes narrowed with great intelligence. Why's he got red and blue eyes? Is this thing getting mixed up with like a Totodile will get hypered somehow? And age, as if they have seen entire civilizations rise and fall. Before making any aggressive move, he gently leaned down and rubbed his rocky horn against your shoulder. A soft hum vibrated through the air, and then it happened. His obsidian body began to shine brighter, twinkling and sparkling until the diamonds embedded in his body glowed with breathtaking brilliance. The light was pure and warm, and in that moment it was clear. You were good. Now Totodile turned his full attention to the attacker. The man took a step back. "What is that thing? That's not just some Totodile." The Charmeleon snarled, stepping protectively in front of its trainer. Totodile growled, a sound that shook the very ground. Then he began to change. His body pulsed, glowing white hot as the diamonds dimmed and disappeared. His body turning a deep molten black. Steam hissed off his body. Lava began to drip from his rock-like spikes. The air became sweltering. This ancient guardian had entered his molten state, a warning to all threats. Ooh. Whoa. That's really cool. That's what I'm make them aggressive. Hey, this is good. The molten lava-covered Toadal turned his head slightly at your voice, not with aggression, but with a deep, ancient awareness. Even in his burning state, you could feel no hostility aimed at you. The lava shimmered and hissed, yet when his glowing eyes locked with yours, there was a sense of trust. You were safe. The Charmeleon hesitated now, ears flattening as it senses something it couldn't explain. This wasn't a normal battle. It was a confrontation with something ancient, something primordial. The Toadal didn't wait. He launched forward with impossible speed, curling his body into a spinning mess of volcanic rock, a living boulder. His roll charge thundered across the ground and slammed into the Charmeleon like a meteor, sending it tumbling back with a cry of pain. The fire type scrambled to its feet, dazed. The man stepped back again, panicking now. Wait, this isn't fair. I didn't know you had. Boom! Before he could finish, the turtle reared back, his horn glowing with fierce, fiery energy. In an instant, he hurled a searing lava bomb, the explosive crashing near the man and his Pokemon. The heat wave alone scorched the grass and filled the air with smoke and ash. The Charmeleon's accuracy was shattered as it blinked through the haze, flames flicking weakly. The man dropped to his knees, trembling. Okay, okay, I give up. I'm sorry. Toto stood tall, lava cooling slightly, and then as he stepped forward, his body began to shift again. The molten glow faded. The diamonds returned, sparkling, pure, and breathtaking. He approached you slowly, and from his chest a single glittering diamond formed and dropped gently into his claws. With great care, he held it out to you, a gift and a sign of absolute trust. For me? Question mark? Thank you. Thank you for saving me as well. I really appreciate you being around here. The only thing is, he can't speak, I don't think. Although, a lot of times when I say something can't speak, it'll be proving me wrong. I wish this creature could speak. 15 seconds later, he like talks. Did it just? Okay, no, he's just it's doing it through gestures. The ancient Toadal's glowing eyes softened the moment you spoke. His jagged, diamond-encrusted form gleaming in the sunlight, sparkling like stars frozen in obsidian stone. Slowly, he reached forward and gently placed a shimmering diamond into your hand. It was warm to the touch, not with heat, but with a strange, comforting energy, like a heartbeat frozen in time. As you held it, the gem briefly pulsed with light, sinking gently with your own. Toto gave a small, gravelly chirr, not the sharp, playful laugh modern Toad are known for, but a deep, grounded sound, ancient and powerful. He stepped closer, then gently nudged your chest with the side of his rocky snout as if to say, "You're safe now." Behind you, the man scrambled to his feet, grabbing his weakened Charmeleon and fleeing down the path without another word. He dared not look back. Toto didn't chase. Instead, he stood protectively beside you, scanning the horizon with a gaze as old as the continents. His form begins to shrink slightly, not into a weaker, timid state, but into something more gentle, more at peace. The molten fury was gone. What remained was your guardian. He sat beside you with a heavy thud, glancing your way as if to ask, "Are you hurt?" Oh, he's so cute already. I just wish he could speak. Thanks to you, my friend. I didn't get hurt as bad as I could have. That Charmeleon did throw me against this wall, though. So my back is definitely in pain. He's so cute. I love this dude already. The ancient turtle's eyes dimmed with deep concern, the glow fading to a gentler shimmer. He slowly turned toward the wall behind you, examining the cracks left by your impact. The stone-like plates on his face tightened slightly, not in anger, but in that unmistakable way a protector holds back fury after seeing someone they care about get hurt. He turned back to you, then did something unexpected. With a low rumble in his chest, his diamond-shuttered body began to shift and change once more, not into lava, not into armor, but something gentler. The sharpness of his rocky edges dulled slightly, and his back spikes flattened just enough to be less dangerous. From his chest, a faint white glow pulsed, and a soft layer of glittering dust, like powdered diamond, flowed up around him and drifted towards your back. What the frick? While the dust touched, a warm sensation filled your muscles. Not burning, not magical, just soothing, like the earth itself was sharing its ancient strength with you. Then, slowly, he reached out his stubby, rock-like arms and offered to help you sit up straighter or lean against him. Not a sound came from him now. He simply looked at you with patience and that unwavering desire to help. He's so cute, dude. Alright. Or lean against him. Eileen. Dang it. Every time I try to say Eileen, it comes out as the name Eileen. Not I dot. I space Lean against the Thank you again for helping me, my friend. I want to ask him if he can speak, but I want to be rude. The moment you leaned against him, the ancient turtle stilled completely, careful not to move a single stone on his body too suddenly. His form, though rocky and hardened by eons, felt surprisingly stable and supportive, like leaning against the side of a warm, living mountain. At your words, his diamond-stubbed body pulsed faintly with light. Sparkling crystals across his form glittering like stars reaching to your gratitude. Read into your gratitude. One of the glowing diamonds near his shoulder even shimmered a little brighter, almost like a heartbeat responding to yours. He let a slow, contented exhale through his nostrils. The ground beneath you vibrated ever so slightly, not from any danger, but as if the world itself acknowledged the bond forming here. This wasn't just a wild Pokemon anymore. This was a guardian. A soft clink followed as another small gem, this one sharp and natural like a tiny fang, formed on his back and dropped into his claw. He gently held it out to you with both hands, eyes glowing softly. Another gift. A guardian's fang, carved from ancient diamond, something only given when a protector chooses someone not just to save, but to stand beside. Okay, that's cool. He gently nudged your arm once more and allowed a low, ancient chirr that translated into something simple, but deep. I will always protect you. Wow. Thank you so much. You look amazing. Are you a... Oh my gosh. I literally just said a while ago how he wouldn't speaking. All of a sudden he just starts speaking. Do you see what I mean? Every time they prove me wrong. The ancient tale blinked slowly at your words, the shimmering diamond body pulsed, dealing with warmth and light. At your question, he tilted his head slightly, then gave a low, rumbling chuckle, a sound that felt like shifting stones deep beneath the earth, warm and full of amusement. Then, with a surprising gentleness, he nodded. His deep, gravelly voice emerged, slow and thoughtful, like a voice that hadn't been used in thousands of years, yet still carried clarity and purpose. Yeah, I am a toad owl. Not the kind you know, but still me. He looked down at his claws, flexing them slightly, then gazed toward the sky, eyes distant, born long, long ago, before the sea knew its name, before mountains were where they are now. Time forgot me, but I never forgot what I was meant to do. His eyes returned to you, glowing now with that same beautiful starlight as the diamonds across his body. I protect. I care. I live. To stand between the innocent and the darkness. Then, almost shyly, he added in a softer tone, and you are the first kind soul I've met in a very, very long time. He sat beside you again, calm and solid, letting you lean on him as long as you needed. Would you like to ask him anything else? That's really cool. What was that thing you did when you were facing that man? When your body turned into like this molten lava looking rock? Ninjatail's eyes glowed a rich orange as you mentioned his transformation. Steam lightly curled from his back spikes, residual heat from the power you'd witnessed earlier. He gave a slow, thoughtful nod, then spoke again in that deep, earthy tone. That was my molten state. He turned slightly so you could see the sharp angles of his rocky body, the way the diamonds now sparkled peacefully across them. It is a warning and a promise. His eyes narrowed slightly, not in anger, but in seriousness as he continued. When a cruel soul approaches, the diamonds vanish. My body burns with the fury of the earth. It is not for destruction, but to shield, to push back the darkness, to let evil know. He paused, his gaze intense, that it will not pass. He looked to the ground for a moment, plodding gently into the soil. I do not like using it. It reminds me of the fires I once saw when empires fell and kind hearts were trampled beneath greed. Then he turned to you again, voice softening. But if someone I care for is hurt, if someone kind is in danger, he raises his head protectively, body glinting with power just under the surface. Then I become the fire. Another gentle rumble rolled in his chest, and his molten breath exhaled faintly again before fading. He looked at you once more, then added, You saw it because you were worth protecting. Hey. I really appreciate that. Period. How do you know who to protect and who not to? A question mark. Does it have anything to do with you rubbing that rock horn on your snout like you did me? Rock horn. There we go. Okay. I do like this toad out. On Glaze speaking, I thought he wasn't gonna speak. I guess he is. Ancient Tails body shimmered with quiet pride at your understanding, the diamonds across his form pulsing softly like living stars. He nodded once, slow and sure. Yeah, has everything to do with the horn. He raised a claw to his snout, gently tapping the jagged black rock horn jutting from the tip. Still cool now, but carrying a faint, strange energy you could almost feel humming in the air around it. This horn is not just stone. It's older than I am. It feels truth, deeper than words or faces. He looked at you carefully, not with suspicion but with reverence. When I press it against someone, I learn what their heart carries. Kindness, hatred, fear, hope. I see it all. His claws gently touched the diamond he'd given you earlier, still safely resting in your hand. When I touched you, I didn't like the word. I'll say it this way. When I rubbed you with the rock horn, I felt warmth, love, loyalty, pain too, but pain shaped by compassion, not anger. That's why the diamonds came. Then his voice deepened slightly, quiet and serious again. But if I sense darkness, true cruelty, or the hunger to harm, his soul shift began in his body. Just a flicker, the diamonds dimming ever so slightly. Steam hisses softly between his back spikes. The fire returns. Then, just quickly, it faded. The glow returned to his diamonds. The steam vanished. He leaned slightly closer and gave you a rare smile. Barely noticeable, but there in the curve of his rocky jaw and the calm warmth in his eyes, you passed the test. Not many do. Test? Question mark? What test are you talking about, my friend? Now he's gonna look at me like, are you stupid? I just described it, you idiot. What? Oh. Okay, so he didn't call me an idiot. Every question, the ancient turtle tilted his head slightly, eyes gleaming like twin suns beneath the surface of blackened stone. A deep, gentle rumble of thought etched from the chest before he answered. The test of the heart. He sat back on his haunches, claws resting on the earth as if drawing strength from it. Not a test with questions or battles, but one of truth. He tapped his horn again. When I rub someone with this, I see who they really are, not what they pretend to be, not what the world made them. His voice lowered, calm but powerful. I see the child, the survivor, the protector, the destroyer. His gaze softened on you. You carry hurt, pain done to you by others, but you never let that pain rot you. You gave it to kindness instead. You used it to protect. Diamonds across his body glowing brighter, filling the area around you both with soft, dreamlike light. That is why you passed. That is why I gave you the diamond. Then, with solemn pride, he added, it means you are worthy of my trust and my protection. The wind gently rustled through the trees, and for a moment it felt like the very world around you paused in recognition of something sacred. Would you like to ask him anything else, or share something in return? Thank you. It is a beautiful diamond. I love it. I know it's not much, but why don't you have some berries? They're in my bag right here. Aw, this is so cute. The ancient turtle's eyes lit up, first with surprise, then with a quiet joy that glimmered even more brightly than the diamonds on his body. He looked at the offered berries like a relic from a long lost time, something he hadn't been given in ages, not out of scarcity, but because so few thought to give him something. Slowly and reverently, he leaned forward and sniffed the bag, a soft, ancient chuff escaping his nose, a sound like warm gravel being stirred by wind. You offer to me a gift freely given, without fear, and without asking for power in return? He blinked slowly, deeply moved. He didn't immediately reach in. Instead, he turned his glowing eyes toward you again, his eyes even softer now. You are truly rare. Then, after a long pause, he gently reached in with his heavy, I'm not saying that T word, with his heavy claw and carefully pulled out a pecha berry, a single pink fruit. He turned it gently, studying the soft curves and scent like a museum piece. Then he smiled, a full one this time. I have not tasted this since before your kind lit the first fire. Oh my gosh! And then, with a surprisingly delicate bite, he ate it. His eyes widened just slightly in delight. He let out a quiet rumble, chirr of happiness. His body pulsed with a gentle flash of white light. A moment later, he leaned in just a little, holding out one of his larger diamond-covered claws, now glowing faintly pink. Would you like to share one with me? Friendship is better when shared. He looked at you not as a protector now, but as a true companion. Oh, that's so neat. I love it. Thank you. I would actually like to. Wait, I'll say it differently. I keep saying thank you. However, yes, I actually would. I usually save these for my sweet Pokemon, but I have plenty of them. Hence why I gave you some of them. I have plenty, so you can take as many as you want. The ancient turtle's eyes sparkled even brighter than the diamonds along his body, his molten core pulsing with warmth. Not fire this time, but something deeper and gentler. He looked down at the berries you offered, then back at you, his rocky diamond-flecked face holding something rare for a creature so ancient. Gratitude. He lowered his head slightly, not in weakness, but in deep respect. Then I accept, not as a guardian repaid, but as a friend honored. With quiet care, he plucked another sweet berry from the bag, this time a blackberry, and took a bite. A soft chirr rose in his throat, pleasant surprise clear in the sound. Then he gently picked out a second one and reached it toward you. This one is for you. Eat with me. As you both sat together sharing the fruit beneath the fading light, the diamonds across his body glowed faintly in rhythm with your heartbeat, responding not to power, not fear, but to the warmth between kind souls. For just a moment, it felt like all the centuries he had carried on his back didn't weigh him down at all. "You are not like the others I've seen," he said quietly. "So many forget to give when they have plenty, but not you." His eyes flickered toward the horizon, then back to you. "If you ever find yourself in danger again, no matter where, call. Even the winds will know your name." He then curled protectively beside you, inviting you to rest or simply enjoy the peace beside him. I really appreciate that. What's your name, actually? I never got to ask. Here we go. I wonder if he has a name, because like he says call, but like what he's supposed to call? Just say rock tight Toto. The ancient Toto paused when you asked his name, his glowing eyes drifting skyward once more as if shifting through the sands of time, itself for a memory nearly forgotten. For a long moment he didn't speak. Only the quiet rustle of the wind in the trees and the soft clicking of the diamond dust on his body could be heard. Then, with a voice like rolling stone and steady thunder, he finally answered, "Long ago, they called me Teridian. That, He looked at you now, fully and clearly, as if offering you the truth of his being. "It means Earth Guardian. I was given the name by a Pokemon older than even I, one of the ancient titans of stone. I protected the valleys where fire once slept, before the sea took them away." He exhaled slowly, his body humming gently with power restrained. "But names, they fade with time. Sometimes I forget I had one at all." Then he turned to you again, his voice quieter, almost uncertain. "But now, hearing it from a friend, it feels alive again." He sat still for a moment longer, then added with a faint rumble of hope, "If you wish, you may call me that, or something new. Your words carry meaning I trust." How do I even spell that? Terradion. Terradion. I want to copy it, please. I want to copy it, please. I want to copy it, please. Copy. There we go. That's really cool. I would give you a name that's easier to remember for both of us. But to be honest with you, the best name I've got for a rock type is just Rocky. Period. I usually like naming Pokemon based on type, or sometimes even by design. Oh, does he actually like that? Pteranodon blinked, and then let out something you hadn't heard from him before. A deep, gravelly chuckle, a sound like distant thunder echoing in a canyon, but light and genuine, amused. "Rocky, he repeated with a warm rumble. A name shaped by simplicity, but strong, like the stones I walk. His diamond shimmered faintly, pulsing in rhythm with the steady, content beat of his heart. He didn't seem insulted or disappointed. In fact, his rocky tail gave a slow thump behind him, a sign of comfort. Then, you may call me Rocky, if that name carries your care. Names given in kindness carry more weight than those etched in stone. He leaned slightly closer again, his snout horn flicking with a faint silvery glow, like it was reacting to your closeness. And besides, he added, with a flash of a smirk across his jagged maw, you're the first one in a few million years who's bothered to name me anything at all. He nudged your shoulder gently with a snout, not with the horn, but with the flat of his head, a sign of trust and of companionship. So, what should we do now, friend? The world is vast, and you are not alone in it anymore. I would love to know more about you. Period. You said you were born a very, very long time ago. But how exactly? Question mark. Did you hatch from an egg? Or was there something different that caused your birth? Rocky, the ancient turtle grew quiet at your question, not hesitation, but from the gravity of what you just asked. His eyes, speckled with time and starlight, narrowed slightly as he leaned his head upward toward the sky as if remembering the weight of the world before it became what it is now. You ask questions like those I once knew long ago, curious and brave. He shifted slightly on his haunches, claws sinking gently into the earth as a low hum rumbled from deep within his chest. I was not born like most. He raised his gaze to meet yours again, serious but not distant. I had not hatched from an egg left by two parents, not in the way most Pokemon do today. His body shimmered and shivered subtly, the diamond glow dimming and swirling with faint golden veins of energy through his rocky scales, like ancient magma past buried beneath the crust of time. To the age before the sea split the lands, before the moon wept tides, the world was wilder, raw, alive. The land itself had power, and sometimes it made things. His rockland glowed faintly as he touched it to the ground beside him. The first volcano I remember erupted for 7 years. From it came fire, ash, and me. Huh. Who do you not with gentle gravity? The earth didn't make many of us. I was one of the last, born not from an egg, but from fire-heated stone, shaped by rain, cooled by sky, and given breath by lightning. A faint wind stirred, the world seeming quieter as he spoke. I rose already walking, already watching. The first Pokemon I saw was a Tyrantrum, and he tried to eat me. His rocky mouth curled again, half smile, half sigh. He failed. He paused, tilting his head curiously now, diamonds twinkling with a softer hue again. Does it scare you, knowing that I'm not like the others? He didn't ask it with fear, but genuine wonder, like a creature so long apart from others. Wasn't sure if such a truth would change the way you saw him. No. It doesn't change how I look at you. What matters is you're alive. And you protected me. And cared for me. Period. Plus, on top of that, I don't know if it was fate or what it was, but the fact that it turned you into a rock makes it even better. I love his species and evolutions. Here we go. For a few heartbeats, Rocky didn't move. Then slowly, deliberately, he lowered his head until his snout nestled gently against your chest. His body shimmered, every diamond along his skin bursting into a brilliant starlight glow, so bright they cast tiny reflections across the trees and even lit the shadows around you. It was more than appreciation, it was acknowledgement. An immortal, ancient creature who had seen mountains crumble and empires vanish was humbled. Then I was right to protect you, he said softly, voice like a warm avalanche. Not because of duty, because of heart. He pulled back slowly, still glowing, and looked you in the eyes with fierce affection and pride. Toadal, crocodile, for alligator. You know their strength, but not everyone sees their joy and their loyalty. He thumped his tail gently behind him, sending a quiet tremor through the ground. You do. That means more than you know. Then, with a playful glint and ancient soul teasing like a young hatchling, he added, and clearly, you have excellent taste. The air has shifted between you now, not just protector and saved, but companions, bonded in something forged stronger than time. Wherever you go, if there are those who threaten what you care for, I will come. You have my horn, my fire, and my diamond armor. Then, looking at you once more, he tilted his head. Would you like to ride my back? Just for a little while? There's a quiet place I know. A cliff with a view older than the stars. Oh, that's so cool. I flipping love this Totodile. He's so cool, dude. There it goes. I'll be right back. Yeehaw!